Hello again all, and it's myself, as always, the Evesham Gamer, with something, I shouldn't say a little bit different. A lot of people I think have done this thing before, but I definitely have to make a point of that I spent the best part of 50 minutes at the weekend, so was that a couple of weekends ago I think it was, and covering basically 48 Xbox 360 games that are either over £10 and more, with a couple of ones that are a bit less than 10 quid, but are going to be going up in value. So effectively what these videos are about are the games that are going to be going up in value and will continue to go up in value. And there's some really strange ones as well. So this has been split into 4 parts. It makes it a bit easier for you to watch, because to be honest with you, I couldn't sit there for 15 minutes watching someone go, this one's going to be going up in value and this one's going to go up in value. These games you can check yourself on websites such as eBay, CEX, GEX, and even sort of smaller store kind of price lists such as Doorway to Darkness in Doncaster. So the first 12 games that I've got for you are right here. So let's have a look, shall we? So the first one, I was a little bit surprised at what it is. I think it's 10 quid at the moment. So obviously anything I say here is not absolutely accurate on what I think it is. I know that they're at least 10 quid, a lot of these, if not more. Some of them I can say with categorically are worth more. But anyway, first one is Sonic and SEGA AllStars Racing featuring Banjo-Kazooie. This one is obviously going up a little bit, very in small doses, but definitely right now Xbox 360 is the time to buy whilst you can. Second one, a bit unusual, I think. Guitar Hero Metallica. I don't know whether it's because of the prior to or with COVID stuff that happened. Pardon me, the lockdowns. Goodness me, whew, got a bit of a burp on because I had a nice big old glass of Tizer earlier. Do you remember that? Look up the music video for that, or no music video, the old advert from the 80s. Fucking funny. Anyway, so yeah, Guitar Hero games are going up quite significantly. I mean, I say significantly, there is one particular one which is in this lot somewhere, don't know where, we'll find it in a bit. But this has been going for about 10 quid. Someone's a little bit less, but definitely one to add, even if you're not a Guitar Hero fan, if you're a collector, for example. Next one, I have to say, actually, this was really lucky, and I'm going to do a little video on this because I picked this up in CEX in Evesham the other day. Now, whilst this is not a game that is expensive, this is dirt cheap, okay? This is Prototype 2, limited edition. This was in CEX in Evesham the other day when I purchased this, and it still had the Xbox stickers here that had been opened, but I noticed that the whole box was very, very clean. And what I found interesting was that it still had all the DLC cards and stuff. So as you do, you check if they're still there, and bosh, all of them were. I was well chuffed with that. To me, that's an absolutely epic win. But yeah, it's still worth picking up though. You know, for 2 quid. I've been enjoying that for a little while. And next one is another Sonic game, and that is Sonic. How do we pronounce it? You don't pronounce it in that way. This is a limited edition one, but I don't think it makes much difference these days. That's Sonic and AllStars Racing Transformed. I think this is about 15 quid. I think now, something like that. 10 to 15 quid. You'd think it'd be a lot cheaper, but no. This is my original copy that I bought back in the day when it first came out. This was an unusual one. I haven't played it yet, but I'm sure Hogwarts Legacy has got something to do with this. That's Harry Potter Connect. Okay, that's gone up about 2 or 3 quid recently. I think it's still, I think it's about 6 to 10 quid. This one. But if you've got a Connect, pick one up, because I'm seeing people giving away Connects at the moment, and box ones that have never been touched, basically. And you know, you might be thinking, well, why would I want to bother with that? Well, because now's the time to buy 360 stuff. This is a bit of a double bill, really. The earlier one is more expensive than the newer one, but still, absolutely epic games. You've got to add these to your collection, even if you're not collecting, just want to play these games. That's the Transformers games, not the fucking movie-based ones. I mean, okay, I think Rise of the Dark Spark's okay. The rest of them are a pile of shit. These are where it's at, including the other one, which I will get to because I have got it, and that in itself is going up a bit in price. But this one here, which is Warper Cybertron, is that right? Yeah, Warper Cybertron is the more expensive game than this one, which is Fall of Cybertron. Both games equally are absolutely fantastic. Even if you're not a Transformers fan, you will love these. They're effectively like a third-person type game. Let's just say, for argument's sake, in the Gears of War vein, that kind of way it looks. So, but yeah, not cheap, these two. We say cheap in comparison to games like retro games like Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, Mega CD, Saturn. They are cheap, but I think these are about 20 odd quid each. I think something like that. This is a bit of an unusual one. Was not available in the United States and was not available in the UK, but it plays on NTSC and PAL machines, and that is Virtual On Force, or Virtual On 4 Force, depending on which way you want to call it, but its actual name is Virtual On Force. If you're familiar with the Virtual On game series, you probably would have heard of the original version, Virtual On Cyber Troopers, and then the sequel, Virtual On, what was that called? Virtual On, I forget what it's freaking called now. Oh, Oratorio Tangram, that's the one, on the Dreamcast and the arcades, obviously. This one is about 40 to 50 quid, if not a bit more now. Again, I bought this, well, I didn't buy it on day one, but I bought this in about 2012. Wish I'd bought the special limited edition version, but hey ho, hindsight and everything. Recommend getting it. Really easy achievements actually in it as well. If you want the DLC, you'll have to create a Japanese Xbox account and download it that way. Very similar to if you want to play the original Virtual On, which is on the Xbox Live Arcade, you have to do that in order to get the game, and you'll have to find a site that sells Japanese Xbox Live credit. Next one, not expensive, but will be. I guarantee this. When, I don't know, but I wouldn't have thought it's too far away. And I think I'm probably wrong, so I don't care if I'm wrong, because you can be corrected at any time of the week, doesn't matter. But that's Binary Domain, and which was created by the guys, I think, that created Yakuza. But I forget the guy's name now that created this, but or designed it anyway. This was awesome, and especially if you got a Kinect, you can actually direct your let's call them your colleagues, you know, the bots that work with you, to do certain things like, you know, stay closer or go and attack and things like that. Really great. Cheap one, but the best one out of all of them, I believe. Earth Defense Force 2017. If you want a bit of happy shooting on a weekend and you just can't be asked to play anything that's going to completely melt your mind because you just can't deal with it, this is the game for you. You know, third-person shooter, and you just shoot massive enemies, like just tons of them. And I think when the game starts, you have to shoot loads of ants, super-sized ants that are swarming over buildings and stuff. So yeah, I think this is about 6 quid. I think 4 to 6 quid. Recommend you pick it up for. It's just a bit of mindless fun. This one really is. This one was given away free on the Xbox towards the end of Games with Gold for Xbox 360. However, the physical version does appear to be vastly more expensive than it costs to buy it anyway on the Xbox store, and that is Midway Arcade Origins. Another first for me, you know, day one as it were, and it's got, I can't count on there, but there's over 30, almost 40 games on that. Highly recommend you pick that one up if you get the chance. But don't forget, these are almost wallet busting games, a lot of these. So don't, you know, if you see them and they're cheap, pick them up. But you know, it's going to be few and far between, I think. The last one in this first part of Xbox 360 games that you need to buy and that are going up in value, and if not already are quite expensive, is One Chambara Bikini Samurai Squad. Who doesn't love bouncing boobies and fucking, let's just say it as it is, bouncing tits and swords and blood and zombies? Wow, why not? What I love about this game as well, one just little thing, is the transition screens between when you're loading levels. You play it like it's like cartoony little version of your character. and you just chop the zombies. Just press the A button madly and collect little. They're like little orbs, and they actually do help you later on in the game, or they give you, they level you up a bit more, or they help to level you up a bit more. So yeah. Anyway, that's part 1 of my Xbox 360 games that are going up in value, and you definitely should have in your collection. What more is there left to say? Stay tuned for the next one. See you in a bit.